My husband and I were going to Israel for Rosh Hashanah and for Sukkot, which is something that we had been doing, I would say, for the past 10 years. Rosh Hashanah, he was not feeling well, and my medical expertise diagnosed him as having jet lag. And he continued to have it. We called a friend of ours who sent a doctor over to the hotel room. She confirmed my diagnosis. And then the next morning we went to her office and she said, get to the emergency room, because he had no blood pressure. And I know every test that they took to try to rule things out, because they could not diagnose him. And any time a test came back as positive, Audrey Gross used to say, he's got Wi-Fi to God, Wi-Fi to God. And finally, they did come up with his diagnosis. And that's when Dr. Anand came around the bed to me, and he started his chemotherapy in Israel. My favorite doctor, of course, Professor Rowe, was beyond excellent. And he had a woman doctor on his team that I first encountered in the emergency room. And I'm ashamed to say I was taken aback when she went to see my husband, because she was wearing a hijab. And I guess I came with a lot of preconceived prejudices and ideas. And she spoke perfect English. She spoke with me in that emergency room. But she turned out to be the most brilliant, caring, wonderful doctor. And I chided myself for having those feelings at first. In fact, when he got his diagnosis, I started crying. And she was there with the entire team from Professor Rowe. And she came around the bed, she hugged me, and she said, don't cry, this is perfectly treatable. And to have a doctor do that, to have somebody as brilliant, and to have all of my prejudices just dissolve in like a puff of smoke was really telling. And I think that is also to Shaare Zedek's marvelousness, that you have that, and the world should see that. And yes, it is a great medical facility, but it's beyond just a medical facility. It's really a microcosm of the world. It's the way the world should be.